diminished 6. And it just like leans into that minor 6 and it sounds beautiful. And one of our songs tonight, we're going to practice that, the sharp 5, okay, diminished. So when we use our diminished chords, sometimes it can be classified as a passing chord. Now, if you guys are on YouTube at all in the Google or in the gospel scene, everybody is like, how to add passing chords to your songs. And it's huge. And the reason for that is because passing chords is what takes you, one of the things that takes you from sounding like a beginner to getting that scrunchy face gospel sound. You know, when you're playing and you hear something and they go, right? And they kind of like, they lean into that sound. It's kind of a joke, but people really do that. It's those scrunchy face sounds, okay? And it's the little chords that go in between the big important chords. So we're going to learn our first passing chord today. F sharp, the B diminished can be classified as a passing chord, but the one we're going to do, the C sharp, really you'll be able to hear like, it doesn't need to be there, but it makes a huge difference. Okay, so I wanted to go over that theory first today, so that way when we go through our songs, you can see what we're talking about and apply it, and then you can actually apply it in other songs as well, so you don't rely on the lessons. I want you guys to be able to play songs that aren't just in the library of lessons. I want you guys to be able to find your own chord sheets and say, hey, I want to add that sharp 5 diminished in my song, and I want you guys to know how and where to do it. So that's why we're going to do that today. So let's go down to actually creating the diminished chord. So if you weren't here last year and you're just joining us, we have a pattern to create major chords, minor chords, and diminished chords. Our pattern for diminished chords is you start on your root note. For example, if we're playing B diminished, we would start on B. And then we would go up 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. We'd go up 3 more half steps. 1, 2, 3. And then bonus, if you want to add a 4th note, you can go up 3 more half steps. 1, 2, 3. And so for B diminished, you end up with either B, D, and F, all white notes. Easy peasy. Or if you want to add the bonus note, you can play those 3 white notes and add an A flat. So you can see that. I have the picture up on the PDF, as well as the step-by-step how we got each note. B, D, F, and A flat. Now, if we're up here and we're playing an F, right, and we're just grooving along, and then we want to play B diminished, we probably don't want to jump way down like that. So, of course, I'm going to show you guys the inversion. So, we want to make sure it's the closest one to our F home base, because we're playing in the key of F. Scrunchy face. Yeah, that's a technical term, Ernest. So we have the F here, F, A, C. Now, what is the easiest way we could get to the B diminished? You can see on the picture, I've showed you there, but we need to make sure we have our B, D, F, and A flat. But since we already have the F, let's keep that one. And then we have A flat, B, and D. Okay, so I'm going to show you the easy version and then the one with the bonus note. So if you're playing in F, and then you want to go to the B diminished, just move your middle and your pinky up, like that, and you could land on a very easy version of B diminished. Okay, and B on the left hand. So F, usually it comes after a B flat, so let's try that. B flat with the inversion. All you have to do to change that, if you're on B flat and you're going to B diminished, is just change that black note to a white note. B diminished. Okay, so it'd be F, B flat major, and usually B diminished comes after B flat major. Just move to the white note. B diminished. Okay, now if you want to add in the bonus note, use your pointer finger to hit in that A flat. So F, B flat, then slide to the white note, add the A flat, B diminished. So that way you're keeping your pinky, you're keeping your thumb, you're just moving the middle ones. Okay, so it'll take some practice, but just like we did in the key of C, just practice going back and forth. So go F, 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 B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, B diminished, B diminished, B diminished, B diminished, just to get your fingers used to that little pattern. Okay, that's going to serve you well. Now our C sharp diminished chord, This isn't the other one I told you is really popular, especially if you want that passing chord, is we're going to follow the same rule. We're just starting on a black note. So we're going to start on C sharp. We're going to go up 3 half steps, 3 half steps, 3 half steps. So we have C sharp, E, G, and B flat. Again, that's probably not the best inversion if you're way up here on F and you have to scoot down. But I am going to show you a trick in our song tonight that you're actually going to use this inversion, and I'll explain why. But you could rearrange that to make it an easier one. Okay, so you're going to play like your C major, but just add the C sharp. Okay, so that's the easy version. So you're on F, play your C, just change the C to a C sharp. That's C sharp diminished. Okay, but I'm going to show you guys when we get to that in the song. I'll show you the exact fingering, how to do it so it's really smooth within the song what's coming before it. Okay, so let me know in the chat. I see everyone's listening attentively and not chatting too much. If you have any questions, I know that's a lot of theory, but we're going to get right into it now. We have We Shall See the King. I'm just going to scroll down for those of you who don't have the PDF in case you want to see that. So we have verse 1 and the chorus, which is what we're going to focus on today. You can see our colors. We have our walk-ups and our walk-downs from last week. So we're going to go through first without the walk-ups and the walk-downs so that we can add in our diminished and just go through that really steady and clean. And then we'll go through it again and we'll add in the walk-ups and the walk-downs from the last couple of weeks. So here we go. I'll play you the chorus just so you can hear what it sounds like, in case you are not familiar with it. We shall see the King, we shall see the King, we shall see the King when he comes. He is coming in his power, we'll hail the blessed hour. We shall see the King when he comes. So it's peppy. There's a blessed time that's coming soon. And some people probably play it slower. We shall see the King. We shall see the King. We shall see the King when he comes. He is coming in his power. We'll hail the blessed hour. We shall see the King when he comes. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys sing it the peppy way or I'll call it the groovy way? We shall see the King. Both are nice. But I'm going to show you the peppy way just because it's easier rhythmically with everything that we've learned so far. So let's take a look at the verse. We'll do it with just the right hand first with the slashes and the chords. And our left hand will play the long note. Okay, so we're starting with F, root position. Remember, our C is going to go down like this for inversions. If you're not comfortable with your F inversions, go back a couple lessons. We did a whole lesson, and we have a chart to go with it. Okay, back to F, back to C, back to F. Isn't this kind? Then on the word united, we go up to B flat. So our middle finger and our pinkies go up. And then the word groom is B diminished. So we're just going to take our middle finger, move it to the white note. That's our B diminished. Add the A flat if you want for a bonus. Okay, and then we're going to go back to F. We shall see the King when he comes. And B flat. So really we just have F, B flat, C, and one B diminished. So not too bad. Okay, so let's try that. There's a blessed time that's coming soon. I'm just doing it slow and steady. It may be evening, morning, or at noon. That's C over E, just moving my left hand. The wedding of the bride, united with the, and here's our B diminished, groom. We shall see the King when he comes. And then B flat over C. We'll go over to the chorus. Same pattern. Very, very similar. We just have a G major, which I'll show you. We shall see the King. We shall see the King. We shall see the King. So that's just G, B, and D. All white notes. G major. King when he comes. He is coming in blessed, and then our B diminished. We shall see the King when he comes, and then B flat over C. Okay, so not too bad when we go slow, really working on those inversions. Now let's figure out, now that I've showed you guys a little bit of the scale degrees, we're going to be nerding out lots in the theory because it really does help make sense of why we do things. And I know I've got a lot of feedback from people as they call into the school. They say, I love how you actually explain why we do it. So if you look at the G major on the word king, so in the chorus, second line, the word king, we have G major. We know in the key of F, our G chord is supposed to be a minor chord, isn't it? So that one, the G major, it's a spice. It's not supposed to be there, but it gives it that crunchy gospel feeling. Now, in the key of C, you might remember we had C, and then we would go to D with the F sharp. Remember? And that wasn't supposed to go. That's the second note of our scale, and it's the major instead of minor. Okay, so normally it would be the 2 chord is always minor, but in this case our G is a major 2, which gives a really nice sound. Okay, and the reason I'll give you guys a little tiny harmony is we're doing it right before the 5th chord. So you can see the word king is the G, and then it says comes, which is a C, which is the 5th note of our scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sometimes, not always, sometimes if you have a 5 chord, in this case a C chord, sometimes you can put the major 2 chord before it, okay? And it gives it that nice sound. So you can experiment with it in any of your songs, and see where it sounds nice and where it doesn't. General rule, it's probably not going to sound nice in a slow song, but if it's a faster song or a traditional hymn or a traditional, congregational song, sometimes it works. So that's a little hint for you. So major 2 and then the 5. So now let's try it with our subdivisions, where our left hand is going to play 2 notes every time our right hand plays 1 chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and like that, okay? So we'll try it with the verse with our subdivisions. Hi, Donalyn. So we've got, there's a blessed time that's coming soon. Already sounding a little bit more exciting. It may be evening, morning, or at noon. And then 2 E's. The wedding of the bride, united with the groom. We shall see the King when he comes. So I'm not changing anything, I'm just adding more left hands. We shall see the King. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we shall see the King when he comes. He is coming in his power. We'll hail the blessed, and then same thing, counter diminished. We shall see the King when he comes, and then B flat over C. So that part should be pretty steady. So if you're just starting, you could probably stop right there and practice that for the whole week if you haven't been with us last year. However, let's try to add in all the things we learned in our F major, we'll call it a unit, we've been doing in the last month or so. So now we're going to add in our walk ups and our walk downs. So if you have your lesson from last week and the week before, you'll see those charts. Make sure you go download that if you haven't done so. I'll go over the notes today, but if you want a really handy chart, you can print out. Those are in the previous lessons, 5 and 4, for walk-ups and walk-downs. So here we go. So blessed time, verse 1, we have orange, which in our book means to walk down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go F, E flat, D, D flat. So we're going to do our subdivisions, 1 and 2 and. So as our right hand is playing 1 and 2 and, so we're going to go, there's a blessed time. remember the numbers, 1 and 2, is our F and our slash, and the ands are the little beats in between that we don't have written down. There's a blessed time that's, and then we have C going up to F. So we're going to go C, D, E flat, E for that one. C, D, E flat, E. Coming, coming soon. Let's put that together. First line of verse 1. There's a blessed time that's coming, coming soon. That is very satisfying if you are just learning your walk-ups and your walk-downs. Try it one more time and we'll keep going. There's a blessed time that's coming, coming soon. I'm just doing my subdivisions. And here we have a long walk down from F to C. So we could do option 4. We could do, which is a little dramatic, or we could just do option 5, which is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to stay on F and then do our regular walk down. So I'm going to go and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So the beats, this one here, see if you can see that. Beats 3 and 4 are playing just exactly what we played right here. And then for these two, we're just playing Fs, lots of Fs. Okay, so it'll sound like this. It may be evening, morning, or at, that's our walk down there. It may be evening, morning, or at noon. And here I'm just doing subdivisions, not doing anything crazy. The wedding of the bride, united with the diminished. Same walk down and same walk up as line 1. We shall see the, and then back up, King when he comes. Okay, so let's go through verse 1. I'll do it slowly but in time so you can see it. Most of the walk downs I'm just making sure in case you guys want to follow along, I'm doing option 5, or the little, the last section of option 5 if you're looking at your chart from last week. Going up and down, just double checking. Yeah, so we're just doing the one that has a 3 and 4 and, or 3 and 4 and. Okay, so if you're looking at your chart, I'm using option 5. So here we go. There's a blessed time that's coming, coming soon. It may be, maybe evening, morning, or at noon. The wedding of the bride, united with the groom. We shall see the King when he comes. Okay, and we'll go over to the chorus. This first is pretty easy. We shall see the King. Nothing happening. We shall see the King. Lots of Fs. We shall see the G major when he. Now we have a 4 beats, C going to F. And this one sounds really nice if you use option 4. When he comes, he is coming, because it's building up in the chorus. Remember I said in verse 1 it's a little dramatic maybe for that part, the F, when we had the F walk down. But the C walk up, it is dramatic because it's getting to the most intense part of the chorus. He is coming in his power, right? And we're getting excited, and it's building up. So from that C, where it says comes on line 2, the 4 beat walk up, you could go C, C, D, D, E flat, E, E. Now, for funsies, if you guys are feeling brave, we're going to do octaves. So both hands are going to try it this week. So we're going to go like that. Make it really dramatic. Okay, so let's try that. We shall see the King when he comes. He is coming in his power. See what I did there? Okay. We shall see the King when he 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then just right back into it. So as soon as we get to this F right here, we just jump back to root position, and you can do back to 1 finger. Okay, just for fun. Or if you're finding that too many things, you can do 1 hand, right, and your right hand could keep the C. Or you could even try just to kind of get used to that, like hand independence, right? Getting one hand to do one thing and the other hand to do the other. But if you're feeling brave, stick them both together. He's coming in his power. And then it gets exciting there. Okay, so let's start from line 2. We shall see the king when he comes. We shall see the king when he both hands. He is, everything back to root position, coming in his power. We'll hail the blessed hour. Alright, so that's all the same. And then we're going to have the same walk down and walk up as we did on the verse. We shall see the king when he comes. Let me know in the chat. Is anybody feeling brave to try that octave? All right. Now, another thing you guys can add to this one, like I said, we take it right from the beginning. So if you're just starting with us, do it with just the chords, right? Just focus on reading the music. And then I'm giving you guys little steps and steps so that you can come back to this and add on. So the lessons are not stale. You can come back to them and always add more to your songs. So one more thing. If you already are comfortable with your 7 chords from lessons before when we did it in the key of C, on this line here, you could add some 7 chords with your right hand because we're building it up. And then adding the 7s gives it more sound and more crunch because that's kind of like the highlight of the chorus, we'll say. And adding the 7s there will give it a little bit more excitement as well. So I'm not going to go over that because we're going to do a whole lesson on it in the key of F. But if you are already comfortable with your 7s from our previous lessons, definitely try it out there. He is coming in his power. We'll hail the blessed hour. And for the B diminished, our 7 is our bonus note. That is our 7. Okay, so just a little something fun for you guys to try on that one. Okay, one more time all the way through, and then I'm going to jump into Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus, which is going to talk about our sharp 5 passing chord, which sounds boring if you say it like that, but it's really delicious. Okay, so one more time from the top. While you guys are getting any questions you have typed in the chat here. Okay, there's a blessed time that's coming soon. It may be evening, morning, or at noon. The wedding of the bride, united with the groom. We shall see the king when he comes. Go to the chorus. We shall see the king. We shall see the king. We shall see the king when he comes. He is coming in his power. We'll hail the blessed hour. We shall see the king when he comes. And then you could go on. Verse 2 and 3 are the same, just different words. Very good, very good. All right, we're going to move on to Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. This has so many things in it. I seriously considered actually just doing only this song for tonight because I was like, we could add this and we could do this and I could show them this. So we'll get through as much of it as we can. I gave 2 options you can see. Verse 1 and verse 2 are very different, and we're going to go through both of those and talk about why they're different and how you can make choices based on what you prefer. Before we do that, I do want to give a shout out for anyone who is looking for a little more help one-on-one. This channel is a free channel. Everything is free. PDFs are free. But if you are looking for a little more one-on-one help with me, we do have an online music school called Canada Music Lessons, and we do have a promotion now happening in the fall where you can get your first month for free. You can get 1 month for free. So if you wanted to check that out, you can text in the comments, or you can go right to our website, canadamusiclessons.com, and you can fill out a little your name and your number, and I can give you a call, answer any questions that you have. We do take students from all over the world. We currently have quite a few countries of people from this YouTube channel that hang out with me once a week, and we go over Christian songs. You can bring your own songs, or I can bring ones just like we do on Friday, and I can look at your fingers and give you feedback, and it's once a week, and there's no long-term commitment to join. So if that is something you're interested in, again, check out canadamusiclessons.com to get in contact with me, or you can just email me directly if you see our email on the YouTube there. We've had quite a few students from quite a few countries, and it's been a pleasure meeting all of you who have joined already. So if that's something you're interested in, connect with us. Okay, so let's jump into Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. Again, key of F. This is in 3/4 time. So you can see everything is in groups of 3. Now I'm going to do verse 1 first without talking about any of the juicy stuff over in verse 2. We're just going to do verse 1 with our right hand playing steady and our left hand playing long notes. And we'll just take a look at some of this. So we have F first, then a C, which we already did in the song. Then we have D minor. So our easiest home bass inversion for D minor would be just to move everybody, if you're playing C, move everybody in your right hand and your left hand, one white note to the right. So that's our inversion. F, A, and D for D minor, remember? D minor is like this, but we're going to play it like this because it's easier. So root position. Turn your eyes upon, and then D minor, you just slide up. Jesus, look, and then our B flat, middle finger is just gonna move. Turn full, look full in his, so F, B flat, and D. Look full in his, and now G minor, we're like right there already. We already have the B flat and the D, we just gotta move our thumb to the G. Wonderful. And then back to C, you'll have to jump a little bit for that one. Face. So let's try that again. We have a few inversions that we didn't have in the last song there. So turn your eyes upon, everybody up for D minor. Jesus. Move your middle finger to the B flat. Look full in his. Move your thumb to the G. Wonderful. And then back to C. Face. All right, now, of course, you could do these in root position if you wanted to. And we do have the inversion chart. Like I mentioned, I think it's on lesson 3 of this year, something like that. You'll see it. So we'll keep going. And the things of this world, again, B flat, go up, will go strangely. Move your thumb to make it G minor. Dim, not bad. In the light of his glory and grace. Okay? So a few inversions there you might need to work on. Again, D minor, it's like this, B flat, and G. Okay, let's try it with our left hand together in time. I'll do it a little bit slower, but so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face. And it's nice and steady. And the things of this world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And then the B flat over C. Could you play it just like that? Absolutely. This is a beautiful song. If someone actually could sing it in the key of F with that's their range, you playing that, steady beat in the background would just be gorgeous. Now, I am going to show you guys, we can add in a little bit of walk downs, we can add in some bounces. So if you're going to use verse 1, we can use already what we know on that verse 1 part and just make it sound gorgeous. So let's try adding a little bounce. So that's where your left hand just gives a little extra bass note before you switch chords. So like this. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Like that. Look full in his wonderful face. And the things of this world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And then B flat over C. Okay? The bounce. Lovely. The other thing, I don't have them written in, but let's see if we can find walk ups and walk downs and see if we like it. So we can see here we have a 1 going to a 5. So we know we could do a walk down. Turn your eyes, and And since we're in C, we would just do the white notes. That sentence didn't make sense. Since we're in 3/4, we'll just keep it on the white notes. F, E, D, and then land on C. We could do that. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face. Now the C over E, we talked about this a week ago. So let's try that. So that walk up, we don't have a chart for that one, but I showed you guys as a bonus one week, because you can do, if you have a C going to C over E, you can go C, 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 D, E flat, triplet. So C, C, triplet. That's our 3 beats. C, 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 sorry. C, C, I can't do this, this is like tapping your head at the same time. C, C, triplet. That's our 3 beats. Okay? So look full in his wonderful face. Triplet, C over E. That's a nice one. So look full in his wonderful face. Triplet. And you can do it here on the F going to the F over A. Same thing. F, 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 G, A flat. So 1, 2, triplet. And the things of this world, fancy, fancy. And the things of this world will grow strangely dim. Here on the F going down to the C, we could do a walk down. And then the C going up to the F, we could do a walk back up. Just like we did in that song above. In the light of his, but these are all white notes, glory and grace. We're just going from F, walking back down and walking up. Literally, no black notes in the middle. In the light of his glory and grace. Okay, so we have 3 places we could add walk-ups and walk-downs that are really obvious. This one, okay, actually more than that. We could add in that little triplet guy here, and then our triplet guy here. Nope, not there. That's the whole thing. Right there, we could add in that triplet, and then we can add in our walk down and our walk back up. Okay, so if you have your highlighter, your coloring pencil, you could circle those. Again, giving you lots of options. Don't feel like you have to do this all this week, but so you can come back to it and say, ooh, I want to add in my walk-ups now after a couple of days, right? So let's try that. I'm going to do it the walk-downs, walk-ups, and the bounce. Just on verse 1. We haven't even got to the passing chords yet. And look at all the things we can do with this song. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face. Triplet. And the things of this world will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Some valiant things to try this week. Now, we're going to jump into verse 2, and we're going to do our sharp 5 diminished chord, also known as C sharp diminished. You guys know that sound. Scrunchy face. We're going to do it. I'm very excited. Again, a passing chord just means that we have 2 main chords, in this case, C and D minor, and we're sticking a chord in between them to help us get to the second chord. So just like our walk-ups takes us, for example, from going C to F, and our left hand takes us to the next chord, right? We're on C, we're trying to get to F, our left hand just guides our ear up to that F. This is another way to do that. Okay, so we're going to the D. This takes us to the D minor. Okay, so it's called chromatic, where you go every note in between. But that's what we're going to do, is a C sharp diminished. I see Walter said, I'm going to try the octaves in both hands because I never did that before. Excellent. And Marilyn says she's loving it. Good. Glad you guys are having fun. I'm super enjoying this song. And so let's try it. So turn your eyes, verse 2 now. There's a few little guys in here that's different. So turn your... Now normally we would do our C like this, right? Because it's the closest way to get to from F. However, I know that C sharp diminished is the same as C, except for the sharp part, right? So C major and C diminished are almost the same, except we're just moving our thumb to that C sharp. And I know that D minor is right beside it. So this is actually going to be an easier way for you guys today, so you can see it on your hands. C, C sharp diminished, D minor, okay? Eyes upon Jesus. So we're actually going to move our right hand to C root position. Okay, on the word eyes. So turn your eyes, and then just slide up to the C sharp, upon, and then move everybody to D minor root position. G, and then on the F over C, we can go back to normal. So it's kind of like these 3 chords are a little family. So we're going to go in root position. You don't have to. If you're feeling brave and you want to do the other inversions, go for it. But this is just a really simple way to get your brain to see it happening. Okay? So let's try it again. Turn your eyes upon G. Delicious. And then go back to home base. Take. So here I've given us an F over C instead of a D minor. Again, it's just more crunch. Okay, so D minor is fine. D minor sounded amazing. But on verse 2, I'm just giving you some different options so you can hear what you like better. Okay, so F on the right hand and C on the left hand. Okay, so let's try that first line again. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Okay, this line is exactly the same. Look full in his wonderful face. Do that walk up. Yeah. Okay, and then the first part of this line is the same. He will lift you up. Now here we have in his mighty love. You might like that. Love. That's what we're singing. So we're on B flat, and our right hand needs to go to B flat minor. So if we are on B flat, let's figure out B flat minor. I'm going to count up 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's our pattern for minor chords. So we have our root, count up 3 half steps, 4 half steps. So we have B flat, D flat, and F. Now if we're playing regular B flat, it's B flat, D, and F. So the only difference is we're changing our D to a D flat. So if we're over here and we're playing B flat, I believe, yeah, and it's mighty. If we want to change it to B flat minor, just take your pinky and change it to the D flat. B flat minor. So that just by itself would give it another sound, okay? He will lift you up in his mighty. But we're also going to move our left hand to make it fancy. Love. So we're just taking a different note from B flat minor and putting it in our left hand. That's all that is there. We're just moving our left hand up to D flat. It sounds so nice. And then again, in the strength, we're going to go F over C just to give it, again, a little spice. You can play regular F if you want. Strength of your God you can. And then here I've written in, we talked about it a few times, and again last week, if we have the 4 minor on our right hand and the 1 on our left hand. Now we've talked about it, but I've never actually put it in one of our scores. So here you can see it, B flat minor. Okay, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th note of our scale, but we're going to make it minor. And our left hand plays the 1, which sounds kind of terrible by itself. But then if we end it with a 1, our brains love that. Okay, so that's a really nice way to extend your ending. So it's the 4 minor on your right hand and the 1 chord on your left hand. And then you resolve it, both hands on the 1, which is in this case F. Okay, so that's a lot of juicy chords. So let's try verse 2 all together. Just gonna get a little higher here. Okay. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Take hold of his powerful hand. He will lift you up in his mighty love. In the strength of your God, you can stand. Wowzers, what a difference. So we've tweaked a few things and we added that passing chord. That passing chord here, that C sharp diminished, makes all the difference. So listen again. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. See how it feels clean? It's beautiful. But add that passing chord. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Just makes you want to sing different. When you hear that, diminish going to the 6. Okay? So again, if we're counting in our scale, this would be 5. This is 5 sharp and 6. So anytime, especially in slow songs, you can do this everywhere. If you have a 5 and a 6, and then you can stick in that 5 sharp diminished, make sure you make it diminished in between. I'm trying to think. There's so many. That's the 4 sharp. I wonder if I had my iPad down here. I had a whole bunch in my head. Of course, they all fell out now that we're live. But you can play it. Maybe next week I'll bring you guys some examples of where you could do that in a song that you might already know. So just find the 5th chord, going to the 6th chord. I keep thinking of the 4 sharp, but I'll show you the 4 sharp one. How great, you guys probably know this one, is our God. Sing with me, how great, I'm in the key of C, is our God. And all will see how, this is our 4, how great. So I went, how great, 4 sharp, diminished, how great. And it's like, that's not even supposed to be a spicy song, but that's how you can give it a little gospel. So find the 4 and the 5, stick the 4 sharp in between. Find the 5 and the 6, stick the 5 sharp in between. And like I said, it's not always going to work, but you can play around with it and have some fun. And you'll find a couple that you're like, yes, that's excellent, and you can write it in. Okay. So let's try it one more time from the top. I'm going to add in the pedal at speed. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, just a reminder, if you guys are looking to try that 1 month for free of the private lessons, that's going to be CanadaMusicLessons.com, or you can just text me at Facebook or text me on the comments, and we can do a little call and answer any questions that you have. So here we go. Verse 2 at speed with everything together. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Take hold of his powerful hand. He will lift you up in his mighty love. In the strength of your God you can stand. So I hope you guys have some fun with that. Walter says, yes, this song has some beautiful chords in it. I agree. Beautiful, beautiful song. Just going to switch over and check if there was any questions that came through earlier in the week. I do have a little question box here. Looks like we got them all last week. So if there's no questions, that'll be it for tonight. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Next week, we are going to do another class in the key of F. We're going to be talking about 7th chords and other stuff so that you're not having to figure it all out just from our key of C. We're going to go through and show you the letters, and of course 2 more beautiful songs for you guys to add to your library. We've got some exciting things coming up. You'll notice that the name of the channel is going to be changing shortly, and we've got some big announcements coming along with that. We're very excited. We've been working on some things for quite a while, and we're excited to share that with you closer to the new year. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. We're going to have some announcements. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Have an awesome weekend, and happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadians. Good night.